how did I never notice that this doesn't add up? Like, that doesn't happen if this doesn't exist first, or like whatever. Like I said, like the attractiveness thing that I've brought up a couple of times before is like, there's some things that have happened in my life that do not make sense if I'm not attractive, right? And there's certain things that people have made me feel about myself that don't make sense if they're not in some way like personally feeling bad about themselves because of my existence, or threatened or uncomfortable or whatever, right? There are certain things that I don't know how I just never noticed it, but I know that during the time when those things were flowing through my life and stuff, it was not possible to see them for what they were because of all the other contexts and all the other browbeating and all the other psychological stuff going on that prevented it from making sense and being obvious. And yeah, I don't know. So I grew up in a particularly religious household, whilst my family is generally quite good at and loving. There is an undercurrent of homophobia and some areas of Christianity. It was much more out in the open when I was growing up, and something I had adopted out of necessity, also partially for defense, because since I got targeted with homophobia as a kid, young teen. It was always troubling me. It felt wrong. I did a lot to change my attitude over later teen years. That's also one of the worst things, is when you have to like be open when you don't want to be and stuff like that, because that's the only way to exist. The heat wave's finally over. I can fucking do some construction. Jesus. I've been waiting forever for that. I've done a lot of that myself at the moment. Yeah. I don't know. I think the other thing too is a lot of people don't realize that when you're a teenager, life is very different than a few years later when, you know, you get into like your 30s and 20s and 30s and stuff like that. Because life just is different later, you know. Things change, opinions change, you grow more aware of things and all sorts of stuff, you know. I want to move that to, I think, there. This is going to be really interesting as I try to work out moving all this shit around. So, yeah, move that over to like there, at least. You have a lot of different environment responsibilities, experiences, yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I feel like, look, when I was probably about 23, I felt like I was like 50. And it's not like a genuine age thing. It's more to do with like the things that I had experienced in such a short time of life. Kind of like felt like I'd lived like 2 lifetimes already, kind of thing. And yeah, it still kind of feels like that. I still feel like, you know, when employers are looking for like 20 years of experience or something like that, and they're trying to hire a 17-year-old, I feel like that. I feel like the person that meets that requirement. You know, that's the best way to put it. That's really the best way I can put that. Wakes up, I can tell happily. Not if I can give you some pats. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like I've got like that shit ton of life experience in like a very, very short period of time. And it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just like, yeah, there's many times where I kind of wish that, I didn't have to have that many experiences, or I didn't have to have that many horrible things or whatever happen. And I hate saying that like all these horrible things shaped me, because some of the vilest things should never happen in the first place. But like at the same time, the person that I choose to be after everything, I'm pretty proud and happy of myself for who I am and who I choose to be now. And I could guarantee that it would rub a lot of my like old family and friends the wrong way, in a really bad way. But at the same time, like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, being who they'd like me to be is not worth it. It would never be worth it. And I hope that as I continue to grow and mature and stuff, into like older age and stuff, that I continue to become an even better person just for myself, honestly. I know that sounds kind of selfish, but like if not for me, then like who, kind of thing. Like, yeah, I could become a better person for other people, but just like being who I want to be should be enough for me, kind of thing, you know? I don't know. And I think the other thing too is like, I've said this before, but like life is linear. You only go in one direction. Did you guys just enclose seahorse? Seahorse love. Get out of there. Fucking hell. Yeah, life is linear. If you don't like getting older, life sucks. If you are cool with aging and maturing and your opinions changing and knowing that there were times where you were wrong and stuff, then yeah, it's not that bad. Like I literally had this the other day. What was the waiver asking me about? Something Project Zomboid, and I was asked why I was playing it because I said that I'd never play it. And the thing is, my opinion changed. Like, I'm not saying my opinion will always change. For some things, they'll always be ingrained, and what I feel is what I feel. But in saying that, sometimes things do change, you know. And that's okay. You know, it's all right to grow older and have your opinion change and change your mind and stuff, you know. Just as long as you're willing to accept that, you know, there was a point in time where you were wrong, and, you know, if there's apologies or, like, you know, effort to be made to rectify shit like that, make the fucking effort. You know, do the thing. Acknowledge it, you know. I thought for a second there that I, like, copied that, and I'm wondering where the fuck this chair is. I'm guessing somebody destroyed it. This echoes will Plush wagging happily. No, I'll give Plush some pats too. Plush needs pats. Viking needs pats too, but like Plush always needs pats. Pats? Apparently Plush is getting some like plaits, like braids in their hair now, in the fur. That's the thing that's happening, apparently. Damn straight. Fuck people who think they can take that wisdom and and that colonist is locking itself into us. Yeah, they were. It's fine. We solved what she was doing. I kind of knew when I was doing this that shit was going to happen, that somebody was going to get themselves stuck in a room, because it's RimWorld. When are they not fucking stuck in a room? Like, really? But yeah, I've kind of got to like move everything over by one, which also means I've got to move the electronics over by one as well. But that's like a little issue in hindsight, realistically. At least I can finally start to build something, though. I had to wait for, like, most of spring for everybody to recover and then this heat stroke thing to go away. Which reminds me, this room's going to get really fucking cold now that I think about it. Can I get you two to leave that door open? Apparently it's cold now. I guess it's after the thing cold. Let's get these air conditioners fixed up. Something will push away entirely. For sure, my opinion on games like Project Zomboid changed if the game existed as it did now, but 10 to 15 years prior, there's almost no chance I would have tried it on the basis how it looked. Like, there's a lot of games that have come out at the moment that are in early access, and like there's a few games that like will always more or less be in early access. I was gonna just say like 7 Days to Die, but I remembered that they did release the thing, and like all I can think of is like there's some games where I would rather wait and see what they become than try to like jump on and like see, like try it now and stuff like that, you know? Hey Shadu, welcome back. How's the grind going? No real grind. It's just nice and chill tonight. Just RimWorld being RimWorld. Honestly, it's my storyteller Phoebe Chillax has been sort of trying to kill us since winter. And we have only lost 2 people after like trying again. So yeah, it's not going too badly. I'm just fixing up all the temperature around the base because we just had a cold snap. And I think I've still got the refrigerator ones to go at this point. 7 Days technically isn't early access, but oh boy, does it feel like it's still something sometimes. It is though. Like Phoenix Killax. Well, oh, feel like Phoenix fucking holy shit. Phoebe Killax. Oh my god, I can't say it. My cat's name is Phoenix, so I'm auto defaulting the fucking sentence and stuff. But yeah, I get what you meant, Berza. Phoebe does take big turns. Phoebe in later game and stuff like that apparently like hits really fucking hard, which is fine. But the thing is, like, she does not like when we get over 250 colonists. She absolutely loses her shit. And we had 257 colonists, and she killed 2. She took 2 people. Also, welcome in, Andre. Yeah, no, she normally tries to take away down to like 220 odd. Is where she like stops murdering. But yeah, no, not this time. So I'm also going, I guess because they'll be walking through here, this will be a vented area. I'm guessing I'm going to have to close off these side doors and they'll only have to be able to come in through there, which means I may end up putting doors on the bottom side. I did like these side doors because it meant air conditioners and stuff, but it does mean everybody's going to be coming through this top bit now, and these will be like pods instead. But hopefully this stops the bullshit. No, she's fine. Hopefully this stops the bullshit that we've been having where allies keep landing in here and I keep getting restricted by how many allies and stuff. You know, at least that way I can tell. Happily continue snuggling Woolposh. No. It's your vibes, I see. Never seen this game before. Yeah, so if you've never seen RimWorld before, definitely don't base what I'm doing as like normal. Because I don't play normal. This is core game, so it is at least technically normal version. I'm going to have to get rid of these. I'm going to have to get rid of them and just try to put in a normal wall for a moment. So generally speaking, most people play RimWorld with like, I don't know, 10-ish colonists kind of thing. Usually somewhere between like 3 and 20 colonists. I have like 255 colonists, and most people's games generally only run for like, I don't know, a few months consecutively kind of thing at the most. This game has been nearly running for 2 years, IRL. So we're kind of like, I don't know, I guess like really putting it through its paces and stuff. I also don't have any mods. Most people playing RimWorld have like a fuck ton of mods plus the DLCs. So I've got like 6 mods. Most people have on average between 1 and 300 mods. So yeah, my game is very not normal. But I enjoy it. I very much care about my colony. So hopefully it keeps surviving. We get it to landed ship quest. I'm just trying to get this wall fixed up just quickly before I keep moving shit. That way the room stays sealed if I can. Only problem I've got is I have a billion fucking people walking through little areas like this. Can I get you to just come back? Just hold that. As soon as you've got through there, I want you to dump that on the other side. Yeah. No, close enough. Maybe hitting that nat 20 every time. She does though. She's like, we've had starvation, we've had heat waves, we've had huge mech raids, we've had psychic droners, we've had non-stop tantrums, jailbreakers, murderers, slaughterers, just about everything at this point. Everything except for like apparently volcanic winter, and I haven't got any like the natural events and stuff like meteors, or I haven't got any tornadoes on this one either, actually. None of that stuff. But I mean, it could happen eventually, you know. Was it AFAIK? What? As far as I don't know what that stands for, Bezzy. You're gonna have to like walk me through that fucking abbreviation. Phoebe herself doesn't have any special modifiers to make her stronger than Cassandra. She simply spends less raids on average, and the fact that she waits longer means the number of things more likely to have maximum adaptation factor penalty from not having pawns downed or dying in a while, and your wealth is likely to have crept up higher. She kills you with complacency and burst load, whereas Cassandra kills you with a combo threat that comes back to back. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is a lot of people misunderstand that Phoebe Chillax gives you more downtime between attacks and stuff, but the thing is, during that downtime, you're able to get your colony wealth up, and you're able to get your people healed back up, and a chance of getting better weapons, better gear, which means bigger raid, worse raid, stuff like that, more types of raids, all sorts of stuff, right? The other thing too is because there's more downtime between it. Obviously, I like the more downtime between it because I love having a gas bag with you guys. But like in the game itself, like there's a lot of people in my base that currently are not carrying a weapon. Like Lane's probably not. She's not. Onesan's got one. Stanley doesn't. Delicious doesn't. A lot of people don't have a weapon on them. So if I got attacked right now, I probably couldn't take that battle because I couldn't defend it. Well, I could probably get weapons quick enough because, like, we're okay with that. But, like, still, the problem still exists. I'm going to try to get somebody to, like, finish working on this because this is all open at the moment. It counts it as outdoors and spoiling. Unrefrigerated, sorry, because I think it's all covered, actually. It's all technically indoors, which is good. As far as I know. I thought it might have been that, but my brain was, like, stopping on the I, because, like, I don't know about, like, I's. I's and L's, they look the same to me. I'm so lost. Feels like I'm in a dream. It's fine. Was it? Would you like a dream map? Fucking hell, Buzzer. Yeah, no, generally speaking, this game doesn't look like this. It's usually a lot easier, a lot simple. Like, it would normally look probably a little bit closer to this. We would be able to zoom in and you'd see like the 3 to 5 like little people walking around. They'd probably have stories. They'd probably have like a nice luxurious bedroom, nice food, and would have like small simple problems like maybe the crop catches fire or something like that I'm growing and stuff, you know, which is normally like for most people like 9 squares kind of thing and stuff. But no, I have a mega ultra fucking base with like, I don't even know how many growing zones. We never even managed to get them all at once. Hold on, let's try. Is it gonna let me? Nah, it's not gonna let me grab all my zones at once. I have a shit ton of those. I have literally like literally hundreds of animals. Like, we should be closer to halfway back up to the animal quantity again, because I had to cull off 2/3 of my animals to keep them alive during a starvation event. And with the chickens and ducks being back up close to like 75 or above, we should be closer to like that, give or take, about the 500. Should be in about 400 animals, give or take, comfortably at the moment. So we should start getting meat again and all sorts of stuff. I actually think this is counting as enclosed because this is only moving over and this is still roofed. So it's not a huge issue. We're not having food spoil, but I'm gonna need the night crew to come in here and work on shit because by the time I get somebody to come up here with a brick, you know what? It's slate, right? I'm just gonna get a little area just to store a couple of things. Somebody's having major break risk. I would like, so that it stops getting walked off, I want, clear all that. Fresh or rotten, I don't need it to be food. I need not stone blocks, I want steel to stay here. Then what else have I got? I do want stone blocks, I want slate to stay here. Slate, steel, and components. It might be under manufactured. Yeah, slate, steel, and components I need to stay here. Honestly, building structures might be good too if I pick something up, like lights. I think that's under furniture. Yeah, I want the little lights to stay up here. Okay, so now when I pull stuff apart, if they drop a material like construction botched, like Doug's trying to like work on it again, but somebody should bring up a small little area here. If they drop it, it's going to go back to here hopefully. And Seal's doing a fire starting spree. That's fine, she's outdoors. And nothing too bad can happen with that, honestly. Pause move while asleep. No, I'm going to pat your paws again, soothingly. We're running a city. Basically, everybody keeps saying that. Like, when we got to like 200, people were like, it's not looking after a colony or something like that, looking after a whole city. And then I think when it started getting towards like 260, some people were like, you're looking after like a nation and stuff like that. And I'm like, you're not wrong. Like, not really. But yeah, I don't know, we're getting there. The general goal for my playthrough with this is I'm taking my colony all the way up to the landed ship quest. So eventually I'm gonna take on that fight, and it's just gonna be wave after wave of attacks and stuff, and then hopefully I might be able to get some of my original people off the planet. Yeah. So yeah, that's why it's like pretty casual and stuff. Like our last location glitched out, so we're just trying to get to a point where everybody's got food and a bed and some luxuries and all the excess stuff, you know, all the surplus stuff before we look at moving again, because last time we had to abandon everything. So yeah, it's a pretty impressive city too. It's hard enough managing 10 of these idiots. See, I find the less people I have, the worse, like the worse I run a game, because I'm impatient as fuck apparently when it comes to RimWorld. I'm grabbing myself a drink, no worries. Yeah, no, I when I only have like maybe 50 or less people, I'm like, oh my god, I'm waiting for this thing to get built, and like somebody's out doing gardening and stuff like that, and you scale it down to like 5 people, and it's like they can only do one thing a day. Like at the moment, like shit's getting set on fire, and I have like what, 4 people tending to that fire. If I can just grab lobster to help with that, it'll be out in a moment. And the reason why I want to grab lobster and maybe broder is I saw that it was spreading reasonably well because it's hot. Nah, they're fine, they're fine. I don't need anybody else. But yeah, like I have everybody self-managed as well. So yeah, I basically everybody has something that they have to do and a priority in which that task is done, and they all have their own schedules that they have to adhere to if they're night or daytimers, and all the things that they have, like, you know, no drugs, and they're allowed certain medicines and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, everybody's pretty much like automated. And yeah, I'm basically like, tonight I managed to get like the rest of my hospital done, and we got production back up and running because everybody ended up at a hospital. We had like 2 people die. I got all these benches like fixed up and made, which means that we can make components, which means that we can repair a bunch of stuff around the base and also build more things. And once we've got a lot of components and a lot of steel, I can start building weapons and like getting like bionic parts for them to like replace legs and arms and stuff that have been injured, and eyes and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, generally bringing up the quality of life of my colony. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm sort of kind of very casually working on for most part. I might actually make this whole little area in here stone. I'm gonna put a vent on the end of this once I finish moving it over. I kind of don't want them to be able to walk through because I know that's going to superheat it. So I'm going to need these doors to be gone as well. So cancel that. They're only going to be able to get in here from the tops now, which means that they can't just pass through a room. But it also should keep those rooms a little bit cleaner. I do think that they're going to use this first room the most, which is why I'm going to try to put the most impressive shit in that room, you know. Somebody started a social fight, but that's fine. Sleeps peacefully. No. That's why this game can be find your own fun. Yeah, it basically is. So, like, you can basically do whatever the fuck you want. Like, if you've got DLCs or different mods, you can make your people look different or wear different stuff. Or, like, a fellow streamer, Jaylee, is doing, like, a B-Girls kind of colony where, like, everybody's, like, basically a B-Girl hybrid and stuff. And there's, like, honeycomb buildings and stuff. And it looks really cool. You know, so yeah, you can do like a lot of stuff with this game. And that's just like one example. You can do like, you know, I don't know, medieval stuff. You can do like super fucking tech shit with mechs. Have like all your little Roombas getting around, like cleaning your base so you don't have to worry about that and all sorts of stuff. It's quite fun. It's just like, there's like a bazillion ways to play this. This like, I would say there's probably like no real wrong way to play this, because like RimWorld is like mostly known for like war crimes. So like the way I play it, being nice to my people, looking after them, giving them luxuries like their own bedrooms and all sorts of stuff. Like most people don't generally do that. Do you mind just helping extinguish? I think Seal is taking it to that stockpile so we can work on that part of the thing. But yeah, I'll, like, once this starts, like, getting a bit bigger, I'll probably have a few people come and do it. They're supposed to extinguish stuff. So I figure if I just grab a couple, they'll be in the area and they might just do it. They'll panic and they'll go and, like, they'll get it done. Like, there's a bunch of other people literally walking over to do it right now. But, yeah. I also need to sort out my electrics in here. So, power. I need probably the hidden conduits, honestly, because I keep moving shit around. But this one over here isn't going to move anymore. So, it can probably go up straight like that. And I wasn't taking this one up through the side like that, but that's okay. Get this up and through here. Goes over by, what, 3, then up by the 1, then it should connect at that point, so that's fine. I'm kind of like moving it all over. Mostly, like, I'm going to have to get rid of that bit too because that's visible. Mostly, I didn't plan to do this, like the extra steps of moving shit over and stuff. But that's just a mistake on my part for how I built this place. Because the other thing too is I'm gonna need like some kind of a passageway in there. I thought about instead of having a vent, having like a door or something. But I will need a vent. But I'll just keep an eye on it for a moment because my people's going to get stuck in there anyway. I know that. I know what they're like. But, yeah. I've basically just got to move this all over by 1. And we'll probably have to, like, do some of that next week because we're basically at the end of stream time at the moment. So, yeah. I don't know what tomorrow night's going to be, by the way. Random game night. I haven't got a plan for that yet. Mostly because I'm pretty tired at the moment, so I haven't really thought about tomorrow. But it should be something. Like, for all you know, it could be more RimWorld, you know, because that happens every so often. But yeah, so far tonight, we've actually, most of the people that had colds recovered, except for the 2 people, Silverwar and fucking Kalum died. And then we got, like, the rest of our hospital made, which was great. We got our production rooms up working. We got food for the animals, and it's refrigerated, so I mean, it's not like super chill, but it is refrigerated, so they can eat that shit, and hopefully that means they eat less of my stuff that I'm growing, which means hopefully we'll get a bigger crop of rice in the following, like, summer. And then once I've got, like, a shit ton of rice, we'll have, like, so much food that we can make. Like, we somehow only have 4 fucking rice. I didn't put rice in here, did I? No. Yeah, no, we'll have so much rice, which will go towards food, and then I want to plant out some of this to be, like, up the top. I want to plant out some, like, cotton and stuff so I can start working on bionics and armor and all sorts of stuff. And, yeah, we're getting more steel, and we're fixing this up. Honestly, this room's probably not going to be cold enough at the moment because I've only got 3 air conditioners. And I don't even know how this is all going to work once it's moved over because there'll be no passageway doors. They'll be just come in through the top. But, yeah. It will be interesting. It won't be as, like, move-throughable as it was. So maybe it will stay cleaner. And I'll just have to clean up some of, like, the electronics and shit around the place because that's gonna do a thing. But, yeah, once we've got where we want things to be, before I put a vent on the end, I'll make air conditioners in this. Because that way it will still technically be enclosed and I can put however many air conditioners I require, and this will be all roofed. So I stop having my allies drop shit over here, which means that I also have the potential to have more allies come and help me during raids, because lately Blue's been a little stingy because they keep dropping like maximum of like 6 people. Honestly, 6 is still a lot of people, but it's still kind of stingy for me when I'm like, I need like 13 or something, you know. I need like twice that amount for any raid that I get and stuff. But yeah,